Good evening. Welcome to the QCIS channel. On this channel, you get a daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. My name is Leon Jones, and what I'm going to talk about this evening is some estimating procedures or some techniques in construction estimating. Now, there are tools out there that do scheduling like Primavera from Oracle, MS Project. Of course, there's Procore. But when we deal with estimation, the good old fashioned way is by hand. And it's a good thing to do it by hand because you're actually building the project. Then we get into Excel. But there's one tool that is going to be paramount when it comes to construction estimating. And that's what tonight's subject is about. RSMeans. So the title of tonight's video is RSMeans and how they use it or how it's used. Now, RSMeans comes out every year. Now, it used to be just a yearly book, but now everything is online. Now, in that RSMeans, you have materials, you have crews, you have different areas in the country where you have pricing. Because remember, when you do construction estimating, every area of the country is different. Now, let me share my screen and let's go ahead and take care of this. So tonight we're going to deal with RSMeans and how to use it. What is it? Okay, now we've all heard the stories of construction projects, both large and small, running wildly over budget, avoiding situations where construction projects have massive cost overages and inaccurate completion times is an essential function of today's construction cost estimators. Now, one of the most crucial tools in construction cost estimators toolbox is RSMeans data. Despite being in use for over 70 years, many parties responsible for construction cost estimating don't have a basic outline of RSMeans data, or they don't have the understanding of what RSMeans is and how to use it. So what I'm going to talk about today is the basic outline of RSMeans data. Specifically, I'll be looking at what RSMeans is, what kind of data RSMeans provides, and how it can be useful for construction cost estimators. Now, this information will prove helpful to those who are on the fence about whether access to RSMeans data would be beneficial to their construction cost estimating process. Okay, now you have the table of contents, starts off with the background, the formats, the data, and the final thoughts. Now, again, for 70 years, businesses in the construction industry have been relying on RSMeans data to assist with construction cost estimating. Now, RSMeans data is compiled and provided by Gordian. Now, do you know who Gordian is? If you don't, I just did information on Gordian last week. Gordian also does job costing. So you can see the connection between the two. Now, again, Gordian is a leading source of construction cost estimating data in the United States. But again, what is RSMeans? Well, RSMeans is a database of current construction cost estimates. RSMeans includes data for nearly every facet of a construction project, including materials, labor, transportation, and storage. RSMeans data is exhaustively researched in order to ensure that the numbers provided are as accurate as possible. So let me break that down to you. When you deal with RSMeans data, understand that the information, they go through exhaustion to research the information so you can get accurate data. And what RSMeans does, it basically provides researchers with 22,000 hours per year. So researchers, what they do, they spend 22,000 hours per year ensuring that the cost outlined in RSMeans is accurate. Now, the accuracy of the cost provided by RSMeans is one of the primary reasons that it has both been relied on by so many for assistance with construction cost estimates, but also why RSMeans continues to be relied on today. Now, the second strength of RSMeans is the scope of information that the RSMeans database provides. So basically, RSMeans databases, or the RSMeans database, has over 85,000 unique line items within it, meaning that if you need to find the current cost of a specific material, the chances are high that it will be in the RSMeans database. So as many people within the construction industry know, construction costs can vary greatly depending on location. And I just mentioned that. Now, this can be due to differences in labor prices, equipment, materials, and regulatory environments. So basically, each of these factors can have a substantial impact on the overall cost of a construction project. Now, the RSMeans database features the ability to adjust the construction cost figures based on location currently. Now, RSMeans can be localized for over 970 locations in North America. This is a boom for those in the construction industry that are bidding a project in a new or unfamiliar area. They're able to provide a more accurate estimate based on the current market cost of materials, labor, and equipment in that area. And generally, when we deal with construction, the biggest expenses to an estimate: labor, materials, and equipment. Now, when it comes to RSMeans, there are a few formats. Now, since the inception of RSMeans, it has been offered as a series of books. I know I have a old 2011 book that I used for my graduate school when I had to do a cost estimate. Now, RSMeans books are generally updated on a yearly basis with current cost estimates for materials for a given year. Now, parties that rely on this data, like contractors, subcontractors, or estimators, can purchase a book for their specific area of construction that provides detailed estimates of current costs associated with their construction project. Now, RSMeans offers their book series in both a physical and digital copy. Now, construction cost estimators may find that the print book serves as a useful companion to database accesses for quick references. However, the disadvantage of the print RSMeans books is that the data is current at the time of publication, which means when you need another print copy for the following year, what happens? You got to order another book for the following year, whereas the online or digital information, you get it right then and there. This is why when, let's say, AutoCAD, they went to the subscription base because you get the updates every year. Now, back to the subject. Even when accounting for project cost increases or decreases, the books will necessarily be less accurate than the online database. However, RS, however, the print RSMeans cost data books can be beneficial as a desk reference. Let me get back to that one again. I know we rely on a lot of digital material, but sometimes I like having a hard copy. And the print RSMeans cost data books can be a beneficial or a good resource to be used as a desk reference, particularly for individuals who actually prefer doing estimating by hand. And it could be a small contractor who doesn't have enough money or resources to get digital copies, or they don't have digitizers like bigger companies do. Now, for those organizations that don't want to clutter up their desk with RSMeans catalogs, there are also ebooks and CDs offered as well. I wouldn't say too many CDs. CDs are basically gone. Now there may be some still around, but many of us don't use CDs. We use flash drives. Now, again, RS means ebook. The RS means ebook is a useful or as useful as a quick and easily accessible reference. Again, the RS means ebook is useful as a quick and easy accessible reference. RS means CDs are an excellent choice for individuals or businesses that find books unwieldy while also having the added advantage of allowing you to create custom cost lists and export your data to spreadsheets. Now, in addition to books and CDs, RSMeans also provides options to access their online database of construction cost estimates, which is beneficial for business or individuals that have varied construction needs or operate in different locations. Now, the RSMeans online database is massive, giving construction cost estimators access to an unprecedented resource for determining construction costs. Again, the RSMeans database is very, very large. And the advantage that construction cost estimators are going to have is there is an unprecedented resource for determining construction costs. Why? Because containing over 85,000 items across 970 locations in North America, the RSMeans online database provides comprehensive construction cost data for nearly every facet of construction costs. Now, the RSMeans online portal has a couple of advantages over the hard copy version. First, customers can access the database for a flat yearly rate, giving access to a wide range of cost estimates. Now, in contrast, the hard copy of RSMeans will cover a specific sector of the construction industry, such as concrete and masonry costs, electrical costs, or commercial renovation costs. Now, the second advantage of the online portal is that the pricing is updated on a more regular basis because it isn't constrained by printing deadlines. Additionally, estimates can be quickly updated based on specific location, allowing for quick and accurate estimates in unfamiliar regions. In addition to book, ebook, and an online database, RSMeans is also accessible through a number of software platforms. For example, ProEast or ProEst, which is an estimation software, integrates RSMeans data to drive accurate estimates based on location. That's ProEst. And again, ProEst integrates RSMeans data to drive accurate cost estimates based on location. And what happens? Utilizes RSMeans data that has been integrated into a construction cost estimating platform and is perhaps the most powerful way to use this tool. Now, the advantages of integrated RSMeans data are numerous. First, it allows for more accurate data pricing across the entire spectrum of things that are taken into account during the estimating or estimation process. Second, using RSMeans data integrated into your construction cost estimating software drives down the time it takes to produce an estimate. One of the main advantages of using construction cost estimating software is to streamline the estimating process. Now, RSMeans further facilitates this by providing accurate construction costs for things like materials and labor directly in your software platform itself. Now, this eliminates the need to juggle between the RSMeans database and your construction cost estimating platform, which is going to save time and there's going to be a reduction in errors. Now we get to the data. Again, simply put, and I love RSMeans. Why? Because RSMeans is the most comprehensive source of accurate construction cost estimates on the market today. RSMeans provides a wide variety of data that allows the user to quickly and easily generate an accurate cost analysis of a new project or renovation. RSMeans cost data, again, is researched thoroughly by a team of professionals that are well versed in assessing both current cost and projected costs for key components of construction projects. When working with RSMeans data, it is important to understand how RSMeans staff are arriving at their numbers. Now, in some instances, you may need to adjust figures up or down depending on specific conditions for your project. For example, labor costs may be lower than those determined by RSMeans cost data. This may be the case in rural areas. Again, this may be the case in rural areas where labor costs are lower than they are in metropolitan areas and well below the national average. Again, looking at this, there may be some adjustment to labor costs because there are certain areas where you're going to have higher labor costs, lower labor costs. And generally in your rural areas, you're going to have a lower labor cost than you will in a metropolitan area. Now, again, when we deal with estimates, you want your estimates to be accurate. And again, in order to illustrate this, let's take a look at how some of the more common types of data found in RSMeans are calculated and arrived at. So we're going to go to assembly versus unit, which RSMeans provides cost estimates at both the unit and assembly level, depending on your level of access to the database. Unit prices have the advantage of giving their user greater control over their estimate, while also providing useful for unique projects. RSMeans unit costs are useful for estimates for smaller projects and renovation, giving a granular view of construction costs throughout. Now, costs for assemblies are intended to streamline the design development stage of a project. The assemblies construction cost data is most useful for larger projects and can be used to quickly determine if a design is feasible or realistic. Now, the data for assemblies in RSMeans is especially useful to compare costs between different construction types and systems. It is important to note that RSMeans data for assemblies calculates labor based off of union rates. This is where you get your prevailing rate, a wage. And for government projects, you're dealing with unions. This is why you have to have your certified payrolls. I'll do a video on that as well. Because government projects, a lot of contractors, they use certified payrolls, particularly on DOT projects. Now let's get the material costs. Well, material costs provided by RSMeans are drawn from extensive research as well. So to determine material costs, RSMeans staff contact manufacturers, distributors, even contractors to determine national averages for material costs. The material costs provided by RSMeans include fasteners, which are determined from manufacturers' recommendations or engineers' best practices. So important things to note about the material costs provided by RSMeans are that no sales tax is included into the figure. And so the appropriate sales tax must be added to your total additionally. So figures may not need adjustment above or below the national average, depending on the actual cost of materials in a given location. And we get the labor costs. Labor costs are presented in two ways. Now, there's also a Kelly Blue Book value for equipment. When we get down to equipment, well, let's go ahead back to labor costs. Labor costs are presented in two ways in the RSMeans database, depending on what your project entails. RSMeans will provide labor costs for either union or non-union labor. RSMeans calculates labor costs based on a national average for construction labor costs or from union agreements. Both of these figures may need to be adjusted if the labor cost in your specific area is significantly higher or lower than the figures that RSMeans provides. RSMeans labor costs are calculated based on actual working conditions, things like breaks, transit to and from job sites, material receiving and handling and cleanup are all included in RSMeans labor data. Additionally, RSMeans data assumes normal working conditions when determining productivity. Non-typical working conditions, such as extremely high temperatures, may reduce productivity and should be accounted for accordingly. Then we get into equipment. RSMeans data. Now, equipment also, you're dealing with rentals. There's a blue book also when it comes to equipment, because some equipment is rented. But RSMeans data for equipment includes average rental costs as well as normal operating costs. So operating costs include equipment parts that are affected by normal wear and tear, such as tires, lines, hoses, lubricants, etc. Also included in this figure are labor costs associated with repair. So if the equipment is owned by the company, RSMeans includes costs associated with maintenance and storage of the equipment. It is important to note that RSMeans does not include operator wages when calculating equipment costs, nor does it include costs to move equipment to and from the job site. Now, overall, final thoughts. Now, I just want to say this about RSMeans. RSMeans is a valuable tool for construction cost estimating, regardless of whether you're a contractor, subcontractor, estimator, architect, or engineer. RSMeans data can be used to generate quick and accurate estimates based on how many square feet your project requires, necessary labor, and other aspects. Estimate data for projects of any size can be quickly drawn up. This is especially useful for large construction projects, particularly in the design decision phase where the multiple different designs may be quickly compared to determine cost and feasibility. So basically, RSMeans comes in a variety of formats that users can utilize to generate accurate cost data. Although RSMeans data was traditionally presented in books, you can now get access to a variety of electronic formats. Again, in the olden days, and there's still books out there, RSMeans was generally in books. Now today, you have a variety of access. And those electronic formats are the access. And you get CDs, ebooks, and there's RSMeans online database. Now, while these can serve as excellent reference tools, the true power of RSMeans is realized when it is integrated into construction cost estimating software. So construction cost estimating software can help construction firms, contractors, and subcontractors by allowing them to quickly produce an accurate estimate. So by using a construction cost estimating software platform with integrated RSMeans data, you will ensure that you are getting access to the most extensive database of construction costs in North America while being secure in the knowledge that RSMeans data is exhaustively researched. Cost estimates for materials and labor are also useful to help contractors determine the future cost of a project. Now, at the same time, contractors that operate in multiple locations will find a location-specific data provided by RSMeans helpful. Now, when using RSMeans data, it is important to understand how RSMeans arrives at their figures so you can determine whether adjustments to things like material or labor costs need to be made. RSMeans data doesn't replace the job of the estimator. Rather, RSMeans data streamlines the estimation process and it enables quick comparisons between bids and estimates. And again, RSMeans. I like RSMeans. Now, again, there's bid for build software, Procore, Hess, all types of construction software that you will find RSMeans. Now, there's some other ones out there as well, but RSMeans happens to be the best. Now, if you don't have RSMeans, you can utilize good old-fashioned hand calculation. It will take long. Now, I'm not here to tell you how to be an estimator. I'm giving you information on the RSMeans data because a number of people don't know what RSMeans is. And RSMeans has been around for a long time. And again, most of us have seen RSMeans in books. Now with the digital form, prices are updated much quickly. Now, again, I remember I had a 2011 version. Now it's 2024. A 2011 version will not work. So if I continue to purchase the books, I would have to get them every year. And if you think about it, RSMeans books can be quite expensive, especially if you have to buy them every year because prices change. Some locations are higher than others. You have to figure out the unions. You have to figure out non-unions. You have to figure out equipment rentals. A lot that goes into an estimate. These days, it's very advantageous when you have RSMeans integrated into construction estimating software. And again, the way to get accurate bid is to, number one, you have to understand the market. Number two, you have to know how to read the plans. And number three, what is the right platform to use? And RSMeans has been the construction industry standard for 70 years. So if you're looking to get into estimating, learn RSMeans. But you have to know what RSMeans is. And basically, it's just data that is based on a market. It deals with labor, materials, everything's in RSMeans. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave the information to this presentation at the bottom of the comment section in this video. And once again, that concludes this topic on what is RSMeans, how to use it. If you like what I just presented, please comment, share, and subscribe. If you're looking for some political and social content, right now I'm doing the scam series. Check out my main channel, the 411 Talk Zone radio show, right here on YouTube. Now, once I record all of my videos, whether it's on the 411 Talk Zone radio show or here on the QCIS channel, I then upload them to my Twitter page. Now, since the QCIS channel is an educational channel, you can also find the QCIS channel on my LinkedIn page. And once again, thank you for viewing this content of what is RSMeans and how to use it from the QCIS channel. On this channel, you get a daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. I want you all to have a wonderful, gracious evening.